you're between 60 and 80, this video might just change your life. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to age with grace, full of energy, purpose, and joy, while others feel like they're slowly fading away? The truth is, it often comes down to a few everyday habits. In today's video, we're going to uncover 6 common habits that may be quietly shortening your life and stealing your vitality. From late-night snacking to the hidden dangers of frequent hair dyeing, these seemingly small choices can have a lasting impact on your health, your mind, and your future. Stay with me until the end, because you'll learn not only what to avoid, but what to do instead to feel more alive, more independent, and more joyful every day. This is your time to reclaim your well-being and embrace aging with confidence and clarity. Before we dive in, if you believe your health is worth fighting for, please hit the like button. It helps me continue sharing these life-changing lessons. And if you haven't yet, subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss another video. If you find this video helpful, comment 1 below. If not, comment 0 so I can keep improving for you. Now, let's get started. Number 1. Excessive hair dyeing. As we grow older, many of us begin to notice the silver strands weaving their way through our hair. For some, these gray hairs are a symbol of wisdom, of a life fully lived. But for others, they can feel like a sudden reminder that time is moving quickly. In an effort to hold on to a youthful image, or simply feel more confident when looking in the mirror, many older women turn to hair dye, a solution that seems harmless, even empowering. Yet, what few of us consider is the hidden price our bodies might be paying for this routine. Take, for instance, my neighbor Carol, a spirited 72-year-old woman who's always been proud of her appearance. For decades, she visited her local salon every 4 to 6 weeks, faithfully coloring her roots. It was a ritual she enjoyed. But over time, Carol began noticing that her scalp would sting and itch after each session. Eventually, she developed a persistent redness along her hairline. At first, she brushed it off, thinking it was just a temporary reaction. But when painful bumps started appearing and her hair began thinning at an alarming rate, she knew something wasn't right. A dermatologist later confirmed she was experiencing folliculitis, an inflammation of the hair follicles, likely triggered by long-term exposure to harsh hair dye chemicals. Carol's story isn't unique. The truth is, many commercial hair dyes contain strong chemicals like ammonia and hydrogen peroxide, which are designed to penetrate the hair shaft and deposit color. While effective, these chemicals don't just stay on the hair. Our scalps, rich with blood vessels and nerve endings, can absorb these substances directly into the bloodstream. As we age, our skin becomes thinner and more sensitive, making it even easier for these toxins to enter our bodies and harder for our systems to detoxify them. Scientific studies have raised concerns about this cumulative chemical exposure. For example, research published in the International Journal of Cancer has suggested a possible link between frequent permanent hair dye use and an increased risk of certain cancers, especially among older women with long histories of dye use. While the evidence is not conclusive and more research is needed, it's enough to give many of us pause. Beyond these potential internal health risks, the external effects are just as troubling. Frequent dyeing can strip your hair of its natural oils, leaving it dry, brittle, and vulnerable to breakage. Over time, the hair loses its elasticity and shine, ironically making it look older and more damaged despite our efforts to look younger. So what can we do? The answer isn't necessarily to stop dyeing our hair altogether, unless that feels right for you. Rather, it's about finding a healthier balance. Switching to less frequent coloring sessions can significantly reduce your exposure. Choosing dyes that are ammonia-free or made with natural or organic ingredients can also be gentler on both your scalp and your system. Brands that use plant-based pigments and exclude parabens, resorcinol, and other irritants are widely available today, and many offer beautiful, natural-looking results without the harsh side effects. Some women even choose to embrace their gray hair entirely, discovering a renewed sense of freedom and self-acceptance in the process. They often find that the soft silver tones highlight their eyes and skin in unexpected, flattering ways, and that the compliments they receive come not despite their gray, but because of it. Ultimately, how we approach aging and how we care for our bodies in the process is deeply personal. But as we enter our 60s, 70s, and beyond, it's worth asking, is this habit still serving my health or just my image? By making more mindful choices, we don't just protect our hair, we honor the wisdom, strength, and beauty that comes with age. Number 2. Late night eating. After a long day, it's easy to find comfort in a quiet kitchen and a warm late-night snack. For many older adults, the peaceful stillness of the evening can be one of the few moments when we feel truly relaxed, and food can become a small reward, a soothing habit that helps us wind down. But what many don't realize is that this seemingly innocent ritual can quietly work against our health, especially as we age. Our bodies are governed by an internal clock known as the circadian rhythm, a 24-hour cycle that tells our bodies when to wake, when to sleep, and even when to digest food. In our younger years, the body might be more forgiving of a midnight treat. But as we get older, this rhythm becomes more sensitive. Disrupting it, even slightly, can set off a chain of reactions that affect everything from digestion to heart health. Eating late at night forces our digestive system to stay active at a time when it naturally wants to slow down. The body is designed to begin shutting down non-essential functions as night falls, allowing energy to be directed toward rest, healing, and cellular repair. When food enters the stomach close to bedtime, the body must divert energy back into digestion, which not only delays the rest process, but can also impair sleep quality. Research from Harvard Medical School has shown that late-night eating can alter sleep architecture, leading to reduced deep sleep and more frequent awakenings during the night. This means we may spend more time in bed, but our bodies and brains are not truly resting. Another problem is how our metabolism changes as the day goes on. In the evening, especially after 8 p.m., the body's ability to burn calories efficiently declines. Insulin sensitivity drops, meaning we process sugars more slowly, and the calories consumed during this time are more likely to be stored as fat. Over time, this increases the risk of weight gain, especially around the abdomen, a known risk factor for heart disease and type 2 diabetes. For those already managing blood sugar issues, eating late can cause higher glucose levels in the morning and greater insulin resistance over time. Late-night eating doesn't just interfere with the body, it also affects the mind. Poor sleep caused by nighttime digestion can lead to mood swings, forgetfulness, and fatigue during the day. And in older adults, chronic sleep disturbances have been linked to increased risk of cognitive decline and depression. When you combine these effects with a slowing metabolism and more fragile internal systems, it becomes clear that something as simple as a nighttime snack may be quietly sabotaging both your physical and emotional well-being. The good news is that this is a habit we can change, gently and gradually. One of the most effective steps is to shift dinner time to earlier in the evening, ideally before 7 p.m., giving the body time to digest before bedtime. If you find yourself hungry later on, consider why. Are you truly hungry, or simply tired, lonely, or looking for comfort? Sometimes a warm cup of herbal tea, a short walk, or a few minutes of journaling can meet the emotional need without burdening your body. If you truly need something to eat before bed, choose a small, light snack that's easy to digest, perhaps a few almonds or a slice of banana. But most importantly, begin to listen to your body's rhythms. Trust that with every small change, every early dinner, every restful night, you are honoring the wisdom of your years and building a healthier, more peaceful tomorrow. If you found these insights valuable, let me know by commenting yes below. Your thoughts matter, and I'd love to hear from you. Number 3. Reclining immediately after meals. There's something comforting about finishing a warm meal and settling into your favorite recliner to relax. For many older adults, this has become a daily ritual, a moment of peace, a reward after the busyness of the day. But what if this simple habit, lying down right after eating, is quietly doing harm to your digestive health? Our bodies are wonderfully designed to digest food most efficiently when we are upright. The entire digestive process relies heavily on gravity. After a meal, the stomach begins churning food, mixing it with digestive enzymes and acids, and pushing it gradually into the small intestine for further absorption. When we lie down too soon after eating, this natural flow is interrupted. Food and acid can linger in the stomach longer than necessary, and in many cases can start to travel the wrong direction, back up into the esophagus. This backward movement is called acid reflux, and when it becomes chronic, it may develop into a more serious condition known as gastroesophageal reflux disease, GERD. This isn't just theory, it's something many of us have felt firsthand. That burning in the chest, the bitter taste at the back of the throat, or the tight pressure that makes it hard to fall asleep comfortably. These are all signs that digestion has been disrupted. And as we age, our lower esophageal sphincter, the muscle that keeps stomach contents from rising, weakens naturally, making acid reflux more common and more problematic. Studies from the American Gastroenterological Association show that adults over 60 experience GERD symptoms at twice the rate of younger adults, and the discomfort is often more severe. Let me share the story of Evelyn, a 75-year-old woman I met at a community wellness event. She had a habit of napping immediately after lunch. It seemed harmless enough. She had been doing it for years without thinking twice. But in recent months, she had started experiencing frequent heartburn, bloating, and disrupted sleep. After speaking with her doctor, she was advised to try staying upright for at least 30 minutes after eating. It was a simple change, but the results surprised her. Within a week, her symptoms eased. She began taking gentle walks after meals or simply sitting on the porch with a book. Not only did her digestion improve, but her overall energy and sleep also got better. What Evelyn experienced is something science supports. Remaining upright after meals allows gravity to help the stomach empty efficiently and reduces the chance of acid moving upward. Gentle movement, like walking or light stretching, stimulates the digestive system, encouraging a more comfortable and complete digestion. These small habits, when practiced consistently, can make a meaningful difference, especially for older adults whose digestion tends to slow with age. In addition to posture, it's also worth rethinking how we eat. Large, heavy meals are harder for the body to process, especially in the evening when metabolism naturally slows down. Choosing smaller, more frequent meals, drinking water throughout the day, and avoiding overly fatty or spicy dishes can all support smoother digestion. But among these changes, one of the simplest and most powerful is simply staying upright after eating. So the next time you finish a meal, give your body the support it needs. Step outside for a few minutes, tidy up the kitchen, or sit and enjoy a good conversation. These moments can be gentle yet powerful acts of self-care. They remind us that good health often comes from the quiet choices we make every day. Choices that honor not just our bodies, but the years of wisdom we carry. Number 4, prolonged standing. Staying active and on your feet often feels like a badge of honor, a sign that you're still strong, capable, and independent. Whether it's preparing a home-cooked meal, tending the garden, or keeping up with your daily chores, there's pride in being able to do it all. But hidden behind this sense of purpose is a silent risk that too often goes unnoticed: the toll that prolonged standing can take on your health, especially as the years go by. The human body was never meant to remain in a single position, especially standing still for long periods. Our muscles, bones, and circulatory system function best with gentle, regular movement. When we stay upright and stationary for too long, we interfere with the body's natural rhythm, especially the way blood circulates. As we stand, gravity pulls blood downward, making it harder for veins in the legs to push it back up toward the heart. Over time, this pressure builds and the blood begins to pool, often leading to swelling in the feet, ankles, and lower legs. This condition, known as peripheral edema, is not just uncomfortable. It can become a barrier to movement and independence. It often brings a sense of heaviness, fatigue, and even pain, making simple daily activities more burdensome than they should be. Even more concerning, this constant pressure on the veins can weaken their walls and valves, setting the stage for varicose veins, twisted, enlarged veins that become increasingly common in older adults. Though they may first appear as a cosmetic concern, the truth is that varicose veins can cause chronic discomfort, itching, and a deep ache that lingers through the day. If left unaddressed, they can lead to chronic venous insufficiency, a more serious condition where blood flow is so impaired that it causes long-term pain, skin changes, and even leg ulcers. The effects of standing too long go beyond the circulatory system. Our musculoskeletal structure also suffers. The constant load on the lower back, knees, and hips, especially without breaks, can accelerate joint wear and tear. For those already living with arthritis or lower back issues, prolonged standing adds strain to an already vulnerable system. Stiffness, inflammation, and muscle fatigue can become daily companions, gradually limiting mobility and comfort. In individuals with low blood pressure, or in those who experience shifts in pressure when changing positions, standing too long can trigger episodes of orthostatic hypotension. This sudden drop in blood flow to the brain can lead to dizziness, lightheadedness, or even fainting. For older adults, these dizzy spells aren't just inconvenient. They can lead to dangerous falls, broken bones, or hospital stays that drastically alter quality of life. What's important to remember is that these issues are not inevitable. With small but intentional changes to our daily routines, we can support our bodies more effectively. Experts recommend incorporating gentle movement throughout the day, such as taking short walks, stretching the calves, or shifting weight between legs. These small acts encourage circulation and prevent blood from pooling. Alternating between sitting and standing, even during household tasks, gives the joints and muscles time to recover and can reduce fatigue significantly. Supportive footwear and padded surfaces can also make a big difference. If standing for long periods is unavoidable, using anti-fatigue mats or even adjusting the height of your work surface can ease pressure on the body. Choosing shoes with proper arch support and cushioning reduces strain on the feet, ankles, and knees. The body changes with age, but those changes don't have to mean discomfort or limitation. Understanding the risks of prolonged standing is not about encouraging less movement, it's about moving smarter. By respecting the body's need for balance and support, we preserve our energy, protect our independence, and continue doing the things we love with comfort and confidence. Number 5. Staying up late. There's a quiet stillness that fills the house late at night. The phone has stopped ringing, the world seems to slow down, and for many, it becomes the only time in the day that truly feels like their own. It's easy to understand the temptation of staying up late, perhaps to enjoy a favorite TV show, catch up on the news, or simply find some peace after a long day. But what seems like a harmless extension of the evening hours can slowly turn into a habit that undermines your health in powerful ways, especially as you get older. Sleep is far more than just rest. It's a time when the body and mind engage in deep, essential healing. Every night as we sleep, our cells repair themselves, our immune system strengthens, and our brain sorts through the experiences of the day, preserving memories and maintaining mental clarity. When we stay up too late or consistently cut our sleep short, we interfere with this natural cycle of restoration. And the effects may not be immediately visible, but over time, they begin to add up. Take the story of Dennis, a 68-year-old retired school counselor. After retirement, he found himself staying up later and later. At first, it was simply to enjoy a few more quiet hours to himself. But those late nights soon became his new routine. He noticed that he was waking up groggy, less motivated, and often struggling to concentrate. Tasks that once felt simple began to require more effort, and emotionally he felt more irritable and withdrawn. It wasn't until he visited his doctor for frequent colds and unusually high blood pressure that he realized something deeper was happening. After reviewing his habits, his doctor gently pointed to his irregular sleep schedule as a contributing factor. It was a wake-up call that prompted Dennis to rethink how he was treating his body during those late-night hours. Sleep serves critical biological functions. During deep sleep stages, our bodies produce growth hormone, which plays a role in cell repair and muscle maintenance. It's also the time when the immune system releases cytokines, special proteins that help fight off infections and reduce inflammation. According to research from the National Institutes of Health, chronic sleep deprivation can suppress these immune responses, leaving the body more vulnerable to colds, viruses, and even longer-term conditions like cardiovascular disease and type 2 diabetes. Mentally, sleep is just as important. During the night, the brain consolidates memory, organizes new information, and supports emotional processing. For older adults, sleep disturbances are closely linked to cognitive decline. Lack of quality sleep has been associated with increased risk of Alzheimer's and other forms of dementia. Moreover, the emotional impact of poor sleep often goes overlooked. Without enough rest, it's harder to regulate mood, leading to feelings of anxiety, sadness, and even depression. Another hidden danger of staying up late is its disruption of the circadian rhythm, the body's internal clock that helps regulate sleep and wake cycles, hormone release, and digestion. When this rhythm is consistently thrown off, it can create a ripple effect across nearly every system in the body. Heart rate and blood pressure may remain elevated longer than necessary, increasing cardiovascular strain. Appetite regulation can become erratic, often leading to poor food choices or late-night snacking, which further disrupts digestion and sleep. But the good news is, even long-standing habits can be changed. Returning to a more consistent and nurturing sleep routine doesn't require drastic measures. It begins with intention. Setting a regular bedtime, even if it's just 15 minutes earlier than usual, can gently train your body to wind down. Creating a pre-sleep ritual like reading a calming book, dimming the lights, or listening to soft music signals to your brain that it's time to rest. Reducing screen time in the hour before bed is especially helpful, as the blue light from phones and televisions can suppress melatonin, the hormone that helps us fall asleep naturally. By choosing to protect your sleep, you are choosing to protect every part of your health: your mind, your heart, your immune system, and your emotional well-being. You're giving your body the time it needs to heal, and your mind the space it needs to find peace. In a world that always asks for more, prioritizing rest is an act of strength, not weakness. It's a way of saying, I still matter, my health still matters. And it does, now more than ever. If you found these insights valuable, let me know by commenting yes below. Your thoughts matter, and I'd love to hear from you. Number 6, neglecting sleep quality. Sleep is often viewed as something optional, something we can cut back on to make more time in our busy days. But as we grow older, the quality of our sleep becomes one of the most essential pillars of our health. It's not just about feeling rested the next day. The hours we spend sleeping are when the body repairs, restores, and rejuvenates. When sleep is neglected or frequently interrupted, the consequences can quietly ripple through nearly every part of our health, accelerating aging and reducing our quality of life. During deep, uninterrupted sleep, the body undergoes vital processes that protect our immune system, regulate cardiovascular function, and support cognitive performance. Without enough high-quality sleep, the immune system struggles to function properly. It becomes less effective at producing cytokines, proteins that fight off infections and inflammation. Over time, this weakened response leaves the body more vulnerable to illnesses, not just seasonal colds, but also chronic diseases that can linger and complicate daily life. Poor sleep also stirs up inflammation in the body, a condition that may go unnoticed in the short term but slowly increases the risk of more serious conditions like arthritis, type 2 diabetes, and even cancer. This chronic inflammation doesn't just affect how we feel, it speeds up the biological aging process, wearing down the body's natural defenses and energy reserves far faster than normal. Sleep is also deeply connected to the health of the heart. While we rest, the body takes time to regulate blood pressure and heart rate, easing the cardiovascular system into a state of recovery. When sleep is cut short or of poor quality, this vital nightly reset is disrupted. Research shows a clear link between long-term sleep deprivation and a higher risk of high blood pressure, heart attacks, and stroke. What begins as a few sleepless nights can evolve into an ongoing strain on the heart, quietly increasing the risk of serious complications down the road. On a mental level, inadequate sleep undermines our cognitive abilities. The brain relies on sleep to sort through information, process emotions, and strengthen memory. Without this critical downtime, it becomes harder to concentrate, make decisions, or retain new information. Over time, chronic poor sleep can even increase the risk of developing dementia. This decline in mental clarity not only affects independence, but also diminishes the joy of daily experiences. Emotionally, the impact of poor sleep can be just as heavy. It disrupts mood, increases irritability, and contributes to feelings of anxiety or sadness. The relationship between sleep and emotional health is deeply intertwined, often forming a cycle where poor sleep worsens mental health, which in turn makes sleep even more difficult. Fortunately, there's much we can do to reverse this pattern. Improving sleep quality begins with intention, creating a consistent sleep schedule, winding down with calming routines, and crafting a restful environment. Avoiding caffeine in the afternoon, limiting screen time before bed, and including gentle physical activity during the day can all support deeper, more restorative sleep. Choosing to prioritize sleep is a gift we give ourselves, a way to honor the body's needs and restore its natural balance. Good sleep isn't just about comfort. It's a form of self-care that nurtures immunity, protects the heart, sharpens the mind, and fuels the spirit. As we age, these benefits are not just helpful, they're essential. By making sleep a cornerstone of your well-being, you're choosing to live with greater vitality, resilience, and peace of mind every single day. Thank you so much for walking this path with us today. If you're between 60 and 80, know this: it's never too late to choose a healthier, more vibrant life. The 6 habits we explored aren't just facts. They're invitations to care for yourself more deeply, to listen to your body, and to honor the incredible journey you've already traveled. Every small change you make today is a powerful step toward more energy, better sleep, clearer thinking, and more joyful years ahead. Now we'd love to hear from you. What touched your heart the most? Which habit are you ready to let go of? And what new practice will you embrace? Comment below and inspire others with your story. Your voice matters. And if you found this video helpful, please hit that like button, share it with someone you care about, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss a moment of wisdom, encouragement, and healing. You deserve to live fully, to feel strong, and to wake up each day with hope. We're here to walk beside you. Until next time, take care and keep shining.